This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
They were able to use the upper part of the trouble down here. Turn 3.
Hard in the fence in turn 3. That'll bring out the caution for one of our Noble 5 drivers, Bobby Hamilton. Now that team, Andy Petrie's second car that was driven by Mike Wallace, is not here because of lack of sponsorship. And Hamilton's day appears done all too early.
These guys, they were racing down the back here. Getting a little tight in here. Andretti cuts it down, trying to stay off the 19 car.
Now Hamilton was by himself.
There's nobody around
the field.
You know, and look how far behind the field he was. It almost makes you think he was starting to experience a problem.
I think
maybe a flat tire.
A flat tire probably there, and he was slowing down and just rode. He didn't want to get in the grass.
And that was the best thing to do. If you're not going to make it, you need to get on and make another lap. It's Michael Waltrip, the 15 car. Got some problems there. A lot of smoke coming out of that car.
Boy, is that going to get that dreaded caution that we were all wondering about? He's down off the racetrack, so I think it's okay. Caution's out.
Ha! Come on, the leader. Well, Burnett, he's up here 4.
Race had a top 10 race car.
Sterling's getting turned around. Down in turn 3.
There goes the leader.
He got spun around by
Jerry Nadeau.
Come on down.
He's on pit road. No caution. No caution.
343.
Oh, he was trying to pit.
And that's how Jerry Nadeau got it in the back of
There's the
it.
car glove.
Here's what happens. He's slowing down. He's slowing down. Here comes Nadeau. Nadeau gets right. Sterling's on the brakes. Nadeau just nerfed him, kind of got up under the rear of him.
What a save, though.
Spinning around. Now that's what you call headed straight down pit road. Now gas it. Here I come. Told you they slide them in today.
And you know, a couple of
Whoa. 17 just got spun around off of turn 4 here.
And caution
is out.
Caution's out. He did a good job.
And Ward Burton may have gotten his lap back here.
Well, there's a number of cars up there that are in place to get them back.
Kenseth will stay on the lead lap.
Here comes Ward.
Todd and Nadeau.
Nadeau.
Jerry Nadeau in the 25. Casey Atwood in the 7.
Each got a lap back for Kenseth.
Well, he's down there. He's down there. Oh, yeah, he just lost it. I don't see anybody helping that, making that happen except the guy behind the wheel.
The car a little bit loose, and Jimmy Johnson was coming up on the back of him, makes it a little looser, takes that rear downforce away, and she comes around and
We're away. Shauna Robinson made a pit stop, comes back out and gets up and into the second turn wall this time. The caution has come out.
Well, Larry,
all my strategy.
You know what, though, buddy? If I was down there, I would not be very happy. But since I'm up here, I'm pretty happy about this. But we're going to see a real shootout to the finish now.
Johnny Benson could not beat Tony Stewart back to the line and get a lap back.
And watch it.
Looking up a bit, he's right now holding 6th place. Matt?
Oh, trouble dog. Kyle Petty goes around.
He and Jerry Nadeau.
He hadn't hit anything yet.
The caution is out.
Look at this. Kyle has not hit anything yet.
And keeps on going.
Trust me, nobody at the front of this field, not Sterling Marlin, not Jeremy Mayfield, not Mark Martin, wanted to see this caution.
No one has a chance to get a lap back as Marlin was almost on top of the caution flag as it waved.
What a... Jimmy Johnson did a great job. Watch this. I think Kyle gets it. I think he gets a little nerve here. I'm not sure.
I think he got a pretty good size. Well, you actually got loose right there coming off turn 4.
Well, what happened? He got loose. Probably had to get up out of the throttle. And I'd have to say that
I said Jerry Nadeau. Actually, what we saw from the in-car camera on Robbie Gordon was Nadeau getting into Gordon.
Yeah.
As Gordon got into Kyle.
Kyle comes off. He starts to get a little bit loose. He's got to lift up out of the throttle a little bit. Listen.
And where was Mark Martin? They were not closed up on that restart.
Sterling started a tad early, but he has that prerogative.
Almost 140 miles an hour at the start-finish line. 140 down in the middle of 1 and 2 right here. Here's Mark Martin, the 6th car. See the Fox track.
We'll see how these guys back in here that stopped and got tires. May want to watch the back of your screen here. They may come flying in the picture any moment.
Now that's from Jeff Burton on back in 12th place.
are the cars with fresh tires. But the laps are dwindling.
No lap cars will be a factor since we only have about 7 laps to go. Clear sailing right now for Sterling Marlin. Has about a half a second lead on Jeremy Mayfield.
And Larry, you have to think back to the call that NASCAR made. They called a penalty on Marlin for being too fast down pit road after he got sideways entering the pit. But because they were unable to enforce the penalty at the time during the stop, they waved it off, no call.
And that's when it's supposed to be enforced, is when you're sitting in your pit box and the pit stop is complete, the crew members have stopped their work, that's when they impose the 15-second penalty.
So it was a good call, we all agree, but it may provoke some controversy.
Well, but
post-race.
basically, I look at this getting spun out and losing all that time as almost a self-inflicted penalty.
Speeds at the line.
And if you're a Sterling Marlin fan, you say, well, they owe us one. You know, last couple of weeks, maybe they feel like they owe. Fans will think they owe him one.
Actually, the fastest speed was Jeff Burton in the 99 car. That's those fresh tires. Problem is, he's over 4 seconds behind Sterling Marlin.
He's only gained 1 spot, and Jeff Gordon may be off the pace, the Winston Cup champ.
Yeah, watching him right a minute ago, Mike, all of a sudden he fell like a rock. I don't know what his problem was, but he got caught up in traffic and he lost about 5 spots in the last 2 laps.
Dale Jarrett's the one that's really on the move with 4 tires.
Jarrett's up to 10th.
He and Burton started way back there, but they've shot around Rusty Wallace.
They were really scrambling on that 88 car yesterday in the 2 practice sessions. They were changing springs, shocks, sway bars, just really scrambling. And it looked like they've hit it pretty close. They just started so far back. And Darrell, when you start that far back in provisional land, even in a 400-mile race, it's hard to get there.
You always fight in track position. You've got to gamble. You got to do this. You got to take 2 tires. You got to stay out on the caution. A lot of things you got to do when you don't have a car up front.
3 laps to go, Sterling Marlin.
And Tony Stewart, who dominated this race for a while, back to 5th.
I'll tell you what, I was glad I'd be way up front. If I look back at my mirror, I wouldn't want to see what's fixing to happen back here.
It's a big old man.
I'd have to wake up Jesse here in a minute.
And rookie Jimmy Johnson running in 6th. Rookie Ryan Newman is 4th.
You got to give a call to Jeremy, too, because he's hanging right there, and it looks like he's going to hang on to 2nd place. Tony Stewart fought his way back up to 5th. I think that caution helped him. But Jimmy Johnson, who almost crashed out of here, closing up on Stewart in a hurry.
It's a battle for 7th right here. Remember, Dale Jarrett has those 4 fresh tires. Bill Elliott stayed out. Makes a big difference this deep into a run.
That's the other great thing about watching Winston Cup racing. They fight just as hard for 7th, Darrell, as they do for the lead.
It's all about points. Take away points, everything's different. But it's all about that 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever points.
Right now, Sterling Marlin's saying, it's all about me.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, you're
White
coming to the
flag.
line.
He wishes he had a orange spoiler on the back of that car.
90-70, about to blow up.
Talking about Kurt Busch, who is way off the pace, but will finish this race after having a great day. Here is Marlin. 8th at Daytona, 2nd at Rockingham, looking for his 9th Winston Cup win, all on super speedways.
And another win for Dodge. And the most consistent car the second half of the season last year and starting off that way again this year. It's got to be a thrill to be driving that thing right now.
Sterling Marlin brings the Coors Light Dodge across the line for his 9th Winston Cup victory.
Man, there was 3 good ones going there. There goes Bob. Man, they were going across here 4 wide.
That was a battle for 7th. Dale Jarrett finished the 2nd.
You're the man, bud.
So of the cars that stopped for tires on that last stop, Dale Jarrett ends up at the top of that pack in 7th place. Steve Burns.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.